Hello everybody, this is T with katescraftycloset. Today I'm showing you a follow-up video how to make the inserts that go into the tiny books from Sizzix and Eileen Hull. So this is a book that's already bound. So if you didn't watch that video, I will link it up into, it should be in the right hand top corner, so you can go ahead and preview it, or it'll be at the end of the video and you can click on it. So, and then today we're going to show you how to make the actual inserts. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started. So the first thing is, I'm using this paper today from Georgia Pacific. This is a 110-pound index weight, which is not a thick one. So remember, pay attention to the GSM here. It tells you how thick the actual paper is. The higher the number, the thicker the paper is. So this one is like in between. So even though it says 110-pound weight, the thickness is not what you would normally think of when you think 110 pound. This is more of the thickness of the index card. So just know your thickness so you know how many you can put in there. It's just a trial and error thing. With those, I can fit 15 in here and perfectly fine. That goes into the finished book. So the next thing I want to share with you all is just a little tip or trick, or however you want to call it, using I just want to bring the die back in here, but it's being difficult. Apologize for that. That was a Craftalanche. So here's the die, and I just go ahead and put in there the dimensions of what the finished book looks like. So it's 2 1/4 by 3, and then so you basically want to cut for the insert 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, and this gets folded in half so it fits under the 2 1/4. Winds up being 2.125 is what it winds up being. So you just fold it over in half and you'll be perfectly set. And I just leave that inside of my die for reference later on. So let's go ahead and pull in our trimmer. So like I say, we're gonna keep our little cheat sheet right here so we know. So our first cut is gonna be 4 1/4. So we're gonna go to the 4 1/4 mark and cut. And then we're gonna turn it. Then we're gonna cut at 2 3/4. And that gives us our insert. And we're going to bring in our scoreboard. I just use a scoreboard. You don't have to. Just to butt it up against it and just fold it, and I can push, and then I can just crease it. And if you want to come in with your bone folder, you most certainly can, to crease, just to give you, you'll want to, at the end, you'll be glad that you did that. So we're done with that and that. So we're going to come in. I already cut the other 14 up ahead of time. Just always make sure that they're all facing the same way. Ask me how I know that, because I may have at some point, glued them together. Without them, I'll be facing the same way. And this is like, you don't have to be perfect with this. If some are not a little bit smaller, or some are a little bit larger, it's okay. Or you can just fix them and trim them down if you want to. That's 100% completely up to you. I know I probably should have did this beforehand, but I still would have made sure I double checked doing this. And like I said, just, you can use watercolor paper in here, mixed media paper. Depends on the purpose of what your tiny book is going to be for. Mine, I usually just pass these out to family, friends, or even when I go shopping. So we have all 15 of these, and do the best of your ability to get them even. So you don't have to be super even, but it's best, especially the side that we're going to glue, to be as flat as it possibly can, because it allows an even coat of glue to go in there. So I take these grips that you can just get from a hardware store. So go raid the garage, go raid the toolboxes. So you can have, if you have some of these in your craft room already, that's even better. So unfortunately, I can't find my other one this size. I don't know where it's at. So I have a smaller one, which it'll be just fine. I go as far as I can up to that top, so you can get a good, good tight bound together. So basically, you're going to come in with some PVA glue. Here is the PVA glue that I've been using. Okay, and basically you're just going to put some glue over the top generously, And then I just use my finger once it's on there. There we go. And spread it. And if I need more, I'll put some more on there. But usually one is good enough. Don't try not to overdo it like I just did and make a mess on your doohickey here. So I'm just trying to grab a napkin. Like I just put a little bit too much, but that's okay. We'll leave the mistake in the video, right? So you can see that you can just clean it up. It's just some glue. And then, like I said, this takes about 15-20 minutes between coats, and you're definitely going to want to do 3-4 coats depending on how well it gets bound. We'll have some glue stuck on our projects here, but that's pretty much what you do. And just like I said, 3 or 4 times, just check it after that 3rd and 4th time to see if the pages seem to be bound pretty well. Like I said, I usually don't have to do more than 4. So that is how you make your inserts. Like these are just some gems. I'm kind of holding that up. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. Make sure you check out the store at katescraftycloset.com. Use coupon code SAVE number 5 to save $5 off of your order of $25 or more. So I make a whole bunch of these ahead of time. Just remember that you got time, just cut and make them and knock them out. So thank you all for joining me and have a crafty day, y'all.